Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Thank you. Thank you in a million times. Thank you for today. Thank you for the past. And thank you for tomorrow. You set our foot on the path to the future to work hard, typical, and achieve greatness because it is desirable for Nigeria to be great. But you said, for anybody to succeed you, he or she must work hard, must follow the law, that in the election must be very transparent, and that your party will be a shining example like a sun shining on the mountain. Thank you, Mr. President. You follow the procedure. You encourage all of us. The primary came, the vote cast, and we all waited anxiously, and I won the vote. You didn't ask them to reverse it based upon my religion. You didn't ask them to alter it based upon my tribe. You didn't ask us to change it because I was not from your village in Dara. You celebrated. Then to me, congratulations. Now you ask for the job, you are itching there. I came to you the vice president. But instead of giving me the same coin, you said no. You know better. You experience better. You know those Nigerians. You know who. You did courage, the confidence, and the reason that this country and your leadership vision and determination is for growth, independence of mind, and the capacity to think and perform. You encouraged me. And after that, I announced to you, you've made my choice. I chose one of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance determination. One of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance. He has shown determination. He has shown grit at the time of challenge. The challenge came in form of Boko Haram and all of so. Kashim didn't flinch and didn't blink. He did face the challenge. We all join him in sympathy, in observation, and whatever little we can contribute. But he worked hard. He worked his heart out. He protected both Muslim faith and Christian faith, stood with the children.
I know all of you are just like, you just the para in the comment section. Somebody said that, why she Abi Brai Yahweh, who said that earlier? I'm going to go look for that person, right? You must be so raging. I warned you. I told you. I said, by the way, I'm so sorry about this off and on audio within the recording, okay? That's how I got it. And even though the credit for that goes to this TVC and the channels, okay? But yeah, we still have to guess. I mean, we managed to get something. It would have been sort of bad if there's nothing at all. Did you all hear where he's praising Buhari? Thank you for yesterday. Thank you for today. And thank you for tomorrow. 8 years or more. You guys have mind though. Like you want to sleep and wake up. And then just imagine it. 8 years of Fetifnumbu. The nightmare. When I get mind though. But what can I say? People that have mind that to support Buhari two times. They will have mind to do anything. So, sorry, don't take it personal, right? I told you not to expect much. Because I know him very well. Majority of us here, we know him very well. And that's what we have to deal with. And that's what some of you are trying to run away from too. Buhari we don't suffer. Buhari is the soul. We don't want another soul, Adefarasin. This Buhari is enough soul. For generation, another 40 years. I think I understand everyone's fear. Because how you want to explain now that that's the president of Nigeria. And some are saying that there's nothing you could do about it. Lagos Ababaku will say, nothing where you want to do. What you want to do? You go manage them like that. No be so. And it's so true that, you see the level of Stockholm syndrome that people suffer in Nigeria. I call it selective amnesia, right? But memory loss. They had to hide Buhari away for majority of you to actually forget about Buhari's gaffes. It was almost like this. Remember? One of the things that majority were like, now this one will be president of Nigeria. God. Now this one will be, and for almost 8 years, you suffer that trauma. Just imagine another 8 years of this. When I get mind though, let's go back to that stadium. I'm sorry again, okay? Hopefully they will play music in this one, so that you can just take your minds off what he's saying. Somebody said he hasn't even said anything. I said, I told you don't expect anything. Just look at what is about to befall Nigeria. Are you with me? And maybe you should begin to actually plan your future now. Somebody said that we'd rather jackpot to our own nation. I said, I need this one. You see, this election could determine a lot of things. You have no idea yet. Are you going to see the pointers? Let's go back in there. Sorry, guys. Again.
One of those most known, most knowledgeable, very, very close individual and independent in thought, attitude, capacity, and knowledgeability. He has shown perseverance. He has shown determination. He has shown grit at the time of challenge. The challenge came in form of Boko Haram and all of so. Kashim didn't flinch and didn't blink. He did face the challenge. We all join him in sympathy, in observation, and whatever little we can contribute. But he worked hard. He worked his heart out. He protected both Muslim faith and Christian faith, stood with the children, and was determined to free those girls. We worked together on it. I knew him more that time. Kazim Shetima is a reliable, dependable, courageous, and persevering man. I did make that choice. Today is not a victory speech. Today is a challenging speech. Challenges that I must lay on the foot of Mr. President. He is the president. You can have only one at a time. I heard loud and clear, and I can measure the level of confidence you have in me. As a distant country, thank you. In a distant country, Mr. President told them of my characteristics and his faith and my capacity to do a good job as a president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank him very much. Only he returned yesterday and said he must come to Lagos to attend this rally. And he is doing so. He never missed his word. He never lost his promise. A promise to give to you the future of this country, to lay it in the hand of you, the youth. I want to say thank you very much. Join me in raising your hand high and say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Mr. Mr. President, I have much to say, but I've kept you waiting for too long, and it's not today. But I assure you, as you work hard for me, I will work hard for Nigeria.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
As you give Nigeria the hope to renew their faith in their country, I will sustain that hope. I will bring it to you. Those who look helpless today will be helpful in this country. All the agenda set in our program, Renewed Hope Manifesto, will be pursued diligently, vigorously, with all our energy. Please, bear with me. I have to thank you, majority of you, in Yoruba language. Ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, ojú ò ní tì yín, látọjú Ẹlẹ́gbà dé Ìkẹjà, Ṣómólú, Bàrígà, Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, Ìbò ńlá,
Àkànbí tẹ̀ ń wò yìí.
Ọ̀dìlọ̀,
Ọmọ ayé ni. Àkànbí tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Jàǹsọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe wà náà ṣó ti rí. Àkànbí ṣe wà náà ṣó ti rí. Ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀. Ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀. Ókè, ọwọ́ yín dà, ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Àkànbí, wèrò lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ o, ó ń jọlá ìwà ẹ̀. Aṣíwájú, wèrò lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ o, ó ń jọlá ìwà ẹ̀. Ìwà ló yẹ ká wò, aṣíwájú, ìwà ló yẹ ká wò, níbikíbi làbá wà. Aláṣíwájú tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Ẹ sọ pé Bọ́lá Wùjà, aṣíwájú tẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Ọmọ ayé ni. Aṣíwájú, ìyá ni kò ṣe é mú o. Ìyá ni kò ṣe é mú o. Ta ló máa mọ́rò? Ojú ṣàbọ̀lá o.
Ẹ̀gbà one, ó fẹ́ kí n kúrò lórí podium.
Wọ́n lọ wọ̀
Wà á dákẹ́ díẹ̀ fún mi náà. Ẹ dákẹ́ díẹ̀ fún mi náà. Only one question left. The rest is story.
Somebody said that this is a comedy show that he enjoys really so much that he's comparing it with Dave Chappelle. So that man, this is funnier than Dave Chappelle's show. No, it's not. We are mocking. You are laughing at an old man, and so many people don't like that. Okay, but they want him to be the president so that just like Buhari, as they are dealing with Nigerians, then they will be laughing. At least they will have something to laugh about. Kolu will be making them laugh for those who will be alive or remain alive then. You can be laughing and crying, like this is a terrible one. A terrible feeling like this. Do you get that? When Kolu become their president, they will be crying. They will be laughing at the same time. Look around you. Just look around and you understand what I'm saying. She is suffering and say, Baba, Okoja Oyemi. I'm sorry, I'll take you back again to the place where Buhari was called to come and perform the ritual. Like that, you know. Mr. President, I will hand over to you. Thank you yesterday, thank you today, and thank you tomorrow. Let's go back to the place again. And I'm going to take you to Anambra, Ogbomosho, Offa, and a few other places too, just before we go tonight, okay? So, let's go back.
Baba Femi, I'm sad. Abi, Oba Femi, I'm sad. Mi ti rán yín létí, a ṣe fàájì, ẹ máa wò, a ṣe fàájì ní Bodilon.
Amen. Amen. Irede o. Aṣíwájú fọ̀fẹ́. Aṣíwájú fọ̀fẹ́ sílẹ̀ o.
Ṣùgbọ́n téèyàn bá dìbò, kó wọlé, kò lè ṣe fàájì.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Akáwọlé rí ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Ẹ dìbò yìí, ẹ gbé àbúrò yín dání, ẹ gbé ẹ rántí màmá yín, ẹ rán wọn létí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jáde, ó ṣòwò, kò ṣòwò, ẹ jáde, ìbò ẹgbẹ́ ló wà. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Federal Republic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can we move back
Sorry,
small?
please. Before the president comes, we need to decongest the stage.
We're inviting the president, so let's move back small.
So we'll have our governors, the Senate President, Mr. Speaker, come and support Mr. President. Our governors, incoming President, incoming Vice President, please come and support. And the former governors, former governor of Bauchi, former governor of Ogun, former governor of Gombe.
Saturday Tombo yìí,
Support the president.
Amadibo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Integrity, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Say Baba. Say Baba. Say Buhari. Buhari,
Raise the hand of the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the governor of Lagos State, Sam Olu. Congratulations, and I wish APC see the real best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Asiwaju. Thank you, Amadibo. Amawale. Amadibo.
Aswadu has explained to you how he came about somebody. He knew him, he's loyal, he's reliable, he's hardworking, and he's a committed Nigerian. Congratulations.
Thank you. Mungode Baba.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful sight. So to do the national anthem, we have the lovely Ore Sax to lead us in the national anthem.
All right, thank you. Let's go. Ladies.
Is it just me? Or you noticed Buhari only spent just 1 minute, 17 seconds on that stage by just saying, this is for president, this is Governor Sanlu for governor, which APC area lock. Did you hear that? Did you see that? Anyway, that is the end of the grand finale rally of Tifnumbu in Lagos. The whole politicking will now start. Here you get. Because tomorrow, you expected the Supreme Court to say something about the legality or illegality of your Naira note. And tomorrow is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. So we have so much to look forward to. Buhari has ticked the box and he's gone back to the alleged saboteurs that are working to make it Kolu lose. And yet, that is the man that they took to court in their own political party just because they wanted the court to tell him to please let the old Naira note remain legal. That's the man, the two of them on the stage. They couldn't tell him to his face, or they told him, he never listened to them. And among those they mobilized to that place and those who didn't make it to that place, they are the victims of their politicking. So, Amadibo, Amawale seems to be their slogan now. That is them when Buhari is standing there, the cowards. Not being able to say to his face that Buhari oba gbe popamo, oba gbe naira pamo, Amadibo, Amawale, we will vote and we are going to win. So when they say that slogan at their campaigns, they are using, that's a slogan against Buhari. Sure you get F9 parallel, F8, FF. Are you with me?
All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name.
So no wonder, just like he told his supporters a day before the APC, Congress, Congress, the one they did their primaries, that I've done all I had to do. Okay? Even though Buhari is not supporting me, is not showing that support, fine. But I've done all I have to do. All I can say to all of you is that you remember that video? Suddenly, after Buhari left, Tifnumbu's boys, they started sharing the video again. I don't know if you have heard them say something like that. Or, I'll remind you. Take a look.
Fọkànbalẹ̀.
Sure you get. But that's all he can say, you know. It's got millions of people like that who are ready to ferry him into the asshole rock. You know the old theory, so I don't want to bore you with them. So he just told them that they should just, I've done all I have to do. We'll see what happens. Yes, we will see what will happen. However, like just before I jump into other things, I mean, what do I mean by other things? I'm going to jump into the next conversation, but take a look at this. This is what is at stake in Nigeria's on Saturday. Okay. Nigeria 6 geopolitical zones and their registered voters. Yeah. So from all indicators, north, east, west, south, and the rest of every other places, right? There seems to be what you can call a surge in the people who are interested in participating in this election. So the number is no longer adding up like they used to say. So if they mention Borono, or if they mention Jigawa, or they mention Niger, and they will tell you that one single of those states will cancel other places, all those theories are no longer real. Do you understand? And as for what they have said, for the first time, if they do your elections and Buhari stand his ground, where he is not letting them use the power of incumbency rigging and the rest of those, for the first time, you might witness the dismantling of the Nigeria establishment right before your life. I mean, your lifetime, you might witness that. Obedient are existential threats to the establishment in Nigeria. And they will do anything and everything, as they say normally, to crush them. So you know the problem. You see that southeast, south, they are PDP stronghold or fortress when it comes to Nigeria elections. Now, the obedience from all of their polls, including the ones from the APC and PDP, you won't believe this, so they were ceding over 70% to 80% of all of these 24 million from south, and southeast to Peter Obi. Now, that's why I'm saying that if you have to use numbers, or why the whole thing may get even like more tension may rise in the coming days, in the next 2-3 days, why they are going to focus on them and they are going to try to start attacking them even more. I am giving you this instance now, okay? To win election in that Nigeria, rigging or no rigging, you have to be very strategic. You have to spread your rigging to match what their constitution says. Now, if Southeast Nigeria have 10.9 million registered voters, almost 11 million, and from that part alone, they give 50% of that to Peter Obi. That means the person that is not supposed to be a threat already have over 6 million ready-made of such votes. Now, think about that. I'm just saying, you know, for you to understand where all the para, as well as all the frustration will be coming from, and you'll be asking yourselves, why are they worried about them when they know they can't win? The reason why they are worried about them is what I'm about to break down for you. On your screen, these are numbers released by their own INEC, okay? Let's start from the top, the Northeast. In that Northeast, yeah, APC, Egbe, surprisingly, controls that part a bit. Or they share it with PDP too. So, out of the 12 million, right, from what I have heard, if they have all their free and fair, as they call it, no much of this violence, disobedience, they will drag out more than 1 million vote from there. and the way they intend with APC and PDP doing their things, they are not looking for much other than 25% of the votes there. And the reason why El Rufai and gang are so upset politically is because they said that Disobedient and Peter Obi and their campaigns have awoken the other ethnic nationalities from northern Nigeria. Because if you understand what northern Nigeria looks like, let me give you an instance. Let me give you this picture. You see this picture you have on your screen, right? This is Nigeria. You can see them. When they say northwest, northeast, north central, southwest, south-south, southeast. So northern Nigeria occupies the largest part of Nigeria. 73% of the land mass in Nigeria is located in the northern part of Nigeria, north central, northeast, northwest. Okay. Now these are the states. So you see inside all these states, as you see them as state, they will say Fulani this, Fulani that. Baba, Koko bury that now. The threat right now is that there are Christian communities from inside. There are Christians tribes from northern Nigeria in large numbers that surprisingly, they are now kind of getting involved too. So you know what APC said? They said because of disobedient, Obi is about to cause religious crisis in Nigeria. For going into this region and identifying with all of these tribes that you see inside up north there, yeah, that they are now saying they are not saying they're gonna win or like beat them or sure you get. They are not worried that when you say northeast of Nigeria, you are talking about Yobe, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba. Now, in reality, with their own INEC number, I'm talking about with their own INEC statistics, right? These areas, the northeast of Nigeria, the Christians there, and some other smaller communities who have been victims of a Fulani terrorism, Boko Haram, and the rest, they are going to, surprise them and deliver 25% for Obi in that area. That's a threat. Now, when you look at the Northwest, so the total numbers of voters, they have the highest voters according to this, the INEC, okay? 22 million. Now, that's what they will tell you because normally they just write the elections in those places. But surprisingly, yeah, those places are now kind of springing up and they are not looking on the side of PDP, APC, surprisingly. Not that they won't beat, not that they can defeat APC, PDP there with the statistics, but surprisingly, they will put large numbers of the votes that if counted, will also give Peter Obi. They said, in fact, see, they are northwest. Let's look at the states in northwest of Nigeria. They are Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Katsina, Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna. So normally, right, APC, Egbe controls majority of these places. But the APC will tell you, waiting to write and rig and do what they did in 2019. Now, they won't be able to because with all the sentiment of, Muslim ticket and then Northern Nigeria, Atiku, PDP, and the rest of that, yeah, is factoring in those places, which means APC, PDP will be dragging it between themselves there. And the number is not adding up for Tifnumbu in that place as well. Again, the law in Nigeria says the person who will be declared winner in Nigeria must win at least 24 states. He must have 25% in 24 states. Okay, and they must win 2/3 of all the states. And I think that would be like they have to win 28 states or something outrightly. Sure, you get by popular vote or what have you. Now, the threat is that in this northwest states, yeah, that APC, PDP will have to share among themselves 22 million votes, they say, right? These guys are looking for between 2 and then 5 million. Surprise vote that will add up. Now, that's going to give them something around 7 million, 2 million, 2 million, 5 million. The rest goes to APC and PDP, which their number will also look larger and bigger. But when you get to the North Central, that is a big threat. Look at the areas in North Central. Niger, Kwara, Abuja, Nasarawa, Plateau, and Kogi and Benue. Right? PDP and APC are supposed to actually make a good headway there, right? But surprisingly, in their poll, the Obedient and their people are breaking ranks in those places. In fact, Benue is no longer for PDP, APC, right? And then Abuja is gone as well. And I've also been told, well, we've seen in their own data and the rest. You know why I'm showing you all of this? It's just to tell you that not be everything whether they show you on social media is actually so real. On ground, the reason why they are going to be reacting the way they will be reacting, and you'll be wondering why, is because the numbers are not adding up. You see all those places that they expect Obi and Obedient to steal and divide their votes there, Northeast, Northwest. For that North Central is expected to pull a surprise it's like a bulldozer, what have you, where if that happens. Now, you know the story of one single state in Northern Nigeria will cancel everything from Eastern Nigeria. Now, with the number you have on the screen, you know that is not true, Abi. It's not true. But here is the dynamics to this. PDP usually they always cover up everything they've lost in Northern Nigeria. They cover them up in Eastern Nigeria and South. But surprisingly, the Obedient and their people, they have also ransacked the entire place. That even Wike, with the Wike in River State right now, is now threatening the local government chairman in River State, telling them that if any of them should lose his local government or his ward or polling unit in his local government to anybody, they will have him to answer to. That is creating a bigger problem there. You know, the problem is this. When it gets to the Eastern Nigeria, it is projected that 90% of what is coming from there will go to Peter Obi. And if they have 10 million registered voters, and they have more than 7 million who have collected their voters card, right? And then with the expected large voter turnout, do you know what that means? Obi is expected to get over 90% of whatever comes out of there. PDP will have absolute almost nothing. Meanwhile, they control some of the states. It's tragic, isn't it? I mean, you look at PDP chart, you look at APC poll, and they all considered Eastern Nigeria to Obi. Then follow it up with a propaganda that one single vote from Kaduna will cancel everything from Eastern Nigeria. It's not true. So if they begin to tell people to burn churches, to burn people, to start attacking people, you should know why, yo. If you go anywhere and they're attacking, they'll be here and there, all of you, gaslighting you, calling you names, calling you everything, telling you they will teach you lesson and the rest of that, It's because they are those worried, though, not you. I'm only saying this because they say numbers don't lie. Yeah? They are those worried, though, not you. Some of you don't know the damages you have caused. They both came out and they considered Eastern Nigeria, and they are considering 10 million voters. So if their voting happens, that's a ready-made, how much? 5 million vote for him, just like that. It's already there. In the South Nigeria, Niger Delta and those places, they are threatening people. They are telling them if you do anything otherwise than what we tell you, we'll burn you, we'll kill you, we'll do this. Guess what? 14.5 million votes, or nearly 14.5 million votes is at stake. A majority of these Niger Delta governors who have, especially Delta, that has invested over 240 billion naira Delta state money into Atifku's projects. They've got about 4 million voters in this number. And guess what again? In their own tally and the rest, Baba, they are also considering the south of Nigeria to be. Oh, well, no. PDP is claiming that they are going to make substantial gain in that place. APC considered the place, but they are waiting for Wike's miracle, as well as, what do you call it? That Cross River guy, Olympopos Olymperi, the little Hitler of Cross River. They are expecting them to perform miracle and give, you know what I mean? Just deliver them at least 25%, 25%. See the irony? Now, if you then come to Southwest, Tifnumbu's base, let me tell you something. Yorubas, no matter what you think, Yorubas are going to vote for Tifnumbu. Expectedly. But you know something as well? More and more Yorubas are also not going to vote for Tifnumbu. Statistically and historically, a in Yoruba land. I am saying this to you now, and I want you to go and cross-check. Except for 1999, when Yorubas, Southwest Nigeria, delivered over 68% of the entire vote from the entire Yoruba land to one political party called AD. Because the Yoruba man, Olufalaye, was seen as the person who was flying the flag of the Afenifere. Awolowo political ideologist. Remember? But in 2003, after the same failed Yoruba governors thought Obasanjo could save them, and they made a deal with him that Yorubas should support Obasanjo now for second term, and then Obasanjo will support them too for second term. The rest, they say, is history. Yorubas have always been voting, most of the time, according to substance, and the statistics have shown that many times. In 2007, when Yorubas were left with people destroying people, and then I think it was ANPP, being a APP, ACN, Tifnumbu could only convince just about 51% of Yorubas to support his candidates of ACN at the time. But nationally, right, it couldn't make any significance, change. In 2015, when if you check PDP and APC in Yoruba land, Western Nigeria, it was 55% and 45%. 55% for APC that were driving change at the time. You remember? But even at that, in Yoruba land, good luck, Jonathan still got over 45% of the vote of the Yorubas. In 2019, despite all the rigging and the rest of what happened, right? When Yorubas voted, all of the votes that came out of the Yoruba land was also shared almost equally with the riggings and everything. With Tifnumbu and his own influence, they could only just get about 51% of Yoruba votes for APC. Remember, data don't lie, so you can go check them. So it's easier for you to point fingers at Yorubas this or that, but for the statement of me, for the sake of facts, yeah, you can go and check all those. Which means Yorubas don't follow anybody and say, I don't talk, we go just follow him. We've never done that. It has never happened. Awolowo, alive and dead, remain the greatest Yoruba man ever. Do you know why? He was able to at least move a political ideology that was adopted by more than 60% Yorubas, and it became their way of life. There were other ideologies in Yoruba land during Awolowo time. Seriously, yeah. There were other political ideologists. But the Awolowos remained the talk of the town or the talk of history because he was able successfully, despite all that happened, to implant that political ideology into at least 60% of the Yorubas. But electorally, Yorubas will never sleep and then face one side. So Tifnumbu may be telling you a lot, but there is going to be an effect. He's a Yoruba man, no doubt. Is the worst of the worst from Yoruba land. Of course, no doubt. They are making the loudest of the loudest noise. Of course, we can see that. If they are telling you that Yoruba land is comprising of Yoruba people only, they are not being honest. And that could be one of the things that they will actually do to set the stage for the violence that will follow the election. Because a lot of you will be like, why? How? They've started their tribal card. They've started gaslighting people. And then, you know what I mean? People that have lived their lives in Yoruba land for decades before Tifnumbu could even venture into politics. You know why? The numbers are not adding up. In reality, there is nothing like Yorubas are going to be. Yorubas are going to... No. Stop lying to yourselves. It has never happened that way. In fact, to add more to the confusion, a Yoruba man wants to be president. This will be the first time the Yorubas will reject a Yoruba man for presidency. Don't let anybody gaslight you or poo-poo you in any way. There's nothing about Ifnumbu that fascinates the real Yorubas. So don't let them. They are the loudest, the noisiest. But it's not going to be the first time that Yorubas will reject what they believe doesn't align with them. But there will be Yorubas that will align. Do you get that? So in Yoruba land in Western Nigeria, as still being part of Nigeria, is not populated by the Yorubas only. It is still part of Nigeria, sure you know. Lagos State, where Tifnumbu has managed to continue to negotiate and renegotiate the sustainability of its oligarchy there. It's a city, or it's a state of 22 or 25 million people. Out of the whole population, more than 30% of them are not from the same Lagos State. In fact, more than 30% of them are not Yorubas. And let me shock you, more than 70% of those who live in Lagos State today are not from Lagos State. The real Lagosians are, unfortunately, never really pushed them, and they are never like involved in the real thing of running their state. And this is not because of anybody's doing, this nobody's doing that attracted anybody to Lagos State, okay? The story of Lagos State being the former capital of Nigeria for over 80 years, naturally, systemically, attracted everybody to that same city. That is normal. So which means that city built, and they call it cosmopolitan city, which means it is a city that comprises of supposed Nigerians from every part of Nigeria, because historically it used to be their capital. So whatever picture they have painted, whatever thing they are pushing everywhere, remember I told you, Yorubas don't sleep and face one side. And I have this based on facts, not what your conjecture and everything might be. So if they hold their election on Saturday, it is not going to be a difference. In fact, it is more confusing now. Usually you could easily say PDP, APC, Abi. Now you can't say that anymore. Now that they have Obedient, they have PDP, they have APC. Nobody can give you the real data anymore. If Kolu is giving you any data based on what they believe they are capable of doing, they are not paying attention. And what that will bring is this. Like all of you, like I said before, you will see Mayegun, they will shock you on Saturday. No, I'm okay to be shocked. The only thing that will never shock me is that if your after the whole thing, your establishment declare Kolu and everybody just go down and goes like that, like nothing happened, that's what will shock me. I'm sorry, that won't shock me, rather. What will shock me, other things may shock me, so to say. Because the establishments know, they are believing that they have it in the bag. It's already sorted. Everything you are doing is a noise. But the statistics are not adding up. That's not what the stat is saying. So which means if they go ahead with their plan of the usual, start continue to make noise on social media. The voters are not on social media. But where did they get all this over 200,000 people that are saying they are going to stand at your polling unit? So they are not abroad. They are there right now. Social media polling unit, Abi. Is that what you are telling yourself? That's what I'm saying, that if they continue to believe, or I know they don't, but if they continue to tell you that it's sorted, it's all noise, there's something they are not telling you. And I believe that that is actually them preparing the ground to say some people rigged the election. So I won't be surprised if APC, Egbe, are the first people that will start screaming, rigging. Imagine, people that are conducting the election be the one to raise the alarm and say rigging. That would shock me. If you, Obedient or PDP, says they have started rigging, it won't shock me. It's not new. It will just be like, we didn't tell you. Shebi, we told you. So what are you going to do about it now? We are recording the video. We are going to Supreme Court. We are going to go to court and claim our mandate. I will be laughing, oh. Sure you get. That won't shock me. But when APC starts saying they have started rigging, oh, Kaduna is not Kaduna in anymore. Kano is not Kano in anymore. Jigawa is not Jigawa in, oh. Borno is not Borno in more. The numbers are not coming, oh, they are rigging, oh. That will shock me. So don't pretend that we are not all preparing for any shock. It's just, what kind of shock are you prepared for? I decided to share that with you. So you see that Southwest. Let me show that to you again. They are working on voter suppression. 17.9 million votes is at stake. Unlike the Southeast, you cannot say the 17 million in Southwest is going to go to Tifnumbu. You can't say that. Let's be honest. He's a Yoruba man, okay? And it's not a pushover. Fine, right? So if for years, ACN of Tifnumbu, APC of Tifnumbu and Buhari, they could only pull less than 3 million votes from Southwest Nigeria, despite over 12, 13 million registered voters. So they could only pull about 3 to 4 million from Southwest Nigeria. But let's say Kalu is now contesting. He's a Yoruba man. You cannot give the votes in Southwest to Kalu the same way you will give it to Obio. Sure, you know. I'm talking about projection, Abi. It simply means that in Southwest Nigeria, the reason why they have to amplify what they call tribal card, religious card, ethnic card, is because if you can say Obi will take Eastern Nigeria, it will be a fact. But if you say Tifnumbu is going to take the Western Nigeria, that is debatable. Tinubu will win Southwest Nigeria. I am confident that that's going to happen. Not because I'm confident in him. I'm just because of their statistics, the number. Okay? So let me give you a scenario. 17 million. And they have about 13 million people who have collected their voters card. Okay? In Southeast Nigeria, if 10 million people are allowed to cast their vote, statistically and then evidently, they expect that Obi will take more than 50% of that. In Southwest Nigeria, if there was no Obi, you could easily have said that Tinubu would take more than 50% of the vote from Southwest Nigeria. Expectedly. Even as a Yoruba man, let's even give that to him, that he would take at least 70% of the vote. That's substantial, Abi. But now Obi is in the picture. Okay? Which means it's no longer going to be between two people. It's going to be between three now, or even more. So can you now see what I'm talking about? Can you? Okay. That's the reason why they have to continue to show the show of force. It's called show of force. They will do rally in Lagos State until Saturday morning to prove that Tifnumbu has to win Lagos. But what will happen is that by the time the numbers start coming out, imagine somebody from Western Nigeria with 17 million votes available, and they say Tifnumbu gets 6 million of the votes. And they say Atiku is getting 3 million of the votes. I'm just saying, like, okay, let's give it that way. I know you obedient. You won't agree that I should put Atiku second. No, I know what I'm saying. Like, traditionally, with what I say, okay, fine. It's not right. Okay. Let me use your own your preferred start, yeah? Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man. It's, let's say they give him 7 million. That's a lot of votes. 7 million. Okay? Eventually, the obedient across Yoruba land, with what they have shown to us so far, including their own polls, they come out and they give Peter Obi 4 million. From Yoruba land and Western Nigeria, 4 million. And they give Atiku 3 million. Now, you will say Tifnumbu won Southwest Nigeria with 7 million votes. Abi? But you will also remember Somebody else also came to that place as well, and he also got over 3 million. The same one that you can say to Tifnubu that will go to Eastern Nigeria and will struggle to get 500,000. Some said if he gets 500,000 from Eastern Nigeria, then right arm. No, people say a lot of things, okay? I'm just saying. So do you see the difference, Obi from Eastern Nigeria getting over, let's say, 2-3 million from Western Nigeria, but Atifku from Northern Nigeria, what do you call it? Call him Kolu Tinubu from Western Nigeria, goes to the Eastern Nigeria and could barely get 1 million. Do you understand the math? Those are the things that are giving your leaders concern. They are waiting for Imo. They are waiting for where else again? Ebonyi. The number is not adding up. That's what I'm saying to you. They are not adding up. At the same time, the number are also not really putting Obi in a clear win, which is now adding to the pressure of what if this thing enter runoff? What thing can't happen? Nobody can tell you. But let me take you straight to Oka, same way I did. And then I want to say something. In Southwest Nigeria, that is why when you see all the Tifnumbu's supporters and campaigners, they always target the Igbos. For those of you who don't understand why they continue to target the Igbos, because of Obi, for Tifnumbu, and they are not tackling other people like the Fulanis, the Hausas, and the Northerners in a way, that way. Every small thing they will say, you enter night bus, you come to Lagos. Now you are not grateful to Tifnumbu. So does that mean that your forefathers, your great-grandfathers, who came to Lagos before Nigeria even got independence, majority of them were like in their 4th, 5th, 6th generations of Easterners. So those of you who are their descendants, they still continue to use that phrase, xenophobic phrase. The Igbos, they abandoned their region to come to Lagos. They come through the night bus. And the reason why they have been targeting you more instead of others is because the numbers are not adding up. Shengete. And not be only the Igbos enter the night bus to come to Lagos. Listen to this. In Lagos, every household in Nigeria, from every part of Nigeria, they have a family member in Lagos, whether lost in Lagos, that they never go back again, and they continue to claim to be Lagosians. There is no part of Nigeria, not even a single village in Nigeria that doesn't have any family member in Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria. So because of this cosmopolitan state of Lagos, you have the Yorubas who enter Aderami, what do you call it? Agbegiledo enter Lagos. A lot of us are Yorubas from other part of Yoruba land. Some of us entered Kabu Kabu. What do you call it? Agbegima Agbeyawo. All this Moolue. Some of us entered Moto Akugi. Some of our parents, they went to Lagos through what you can call, Ajapa and the rest of